Hey guys, it's Nick from this here. Today I have an exciting discussion video that I've been wanting to make for some time now. You could consider this a follow-up to an old video I made about Mortal Kombat vs Street Fighter and the possibility of it ever happening. Today I'll be discussing Tekken vs Mortal Kombat. I enjoy playing the Tekken games. I'm not great at them, and I don't know much about the lore or the history, but I do appreciate the series and what it's done for the fighting game genre. Unlike Street Fighter, Tekken is in a very similar tone to Mortal Kombat. It's definitely not as violent, but the character models do go for a more realistic look like Mortal Kombat does. And the 3D gameplay of Tekken reminds me of how the older Mortal Kombat games played. Not to mention Tekken also has plenty of badass characters with wicked transformations. It's too easy to imagine what kind of fatalities Devil Jin could pull off. Back in 2016, a YouTuber interviewed the current director of Tekken games, Katsuhiro Harada. I probably butchered that, but anyway, asking him about the possibility of a crossover between Tekken and Mortal Kombat. After a lengthy translation, he basically goes on to say that fundamentally, the collaboration could definitely work, but he did have a hard time seeing Tekken characters being subjected to fatalities, and he thought that there would be issues establishing a deal between the two companies. While that is disappointing news, it is nice to hear that it wasn't a resounding no. Street Fighter X Tekken is an iconic crossover fighting game that ended up happening. It was built on the Street Fighter engine, so it was really awesome getting to play as Tekken characters in the Street Fighter style. It does make sense though, as both Street Fighter and Tekken are popular fighting games with the T rating, and both games are filled with crazy, super-powered martial artists. It's pretty easy to understand why that game happened. I personally believe if we are ever to see a Tekken vs Mortal Kombat game, it would be a similar situation. The game could be built on the Tekken engine, with the Mortal Kombat characters being implemented into it. Of course, this would be a huge letdown of sticking to the T rating, which would mean no fatalities. I mean, I doubt they would try and replicate the half-assed fatalities from Mortal Kombat vs DC, so they'll probably just opt out of them and give each character unique special moves. That wouldn't be ideal, but I will say the Injustice games still managed to keep the MK characters badass without fatalities. I'm sure Tekken could find a way to do the same. While I can see that working and ending up as a great iconic game, I don't think that's what majority of fans want. Maybe I'm speaking as more of a Mortal Kombat fan here, but the Tekken universe would blend so well in Mortal Kombat. You got guys like this, and you're telling me you can't imagine fatalities for them? These characters were designed to rip and tear people apart. I think some of them could have even more badass fatalities than some MK characters do. Of course, based on the interview I mentioned earlier, and just common sense, I doubt that will ever happen. I think Ed Boon really wants Mortal Kombat to collaborate with another fighting game, and he has expressed interest in collaborating with the likes of Street Fighter and Tekken in the past. So hopefully the companies can find a way to bring these two colossal franchises together. What do you guys think about the possibility of Mortal Kombat vs Tekken? Would you want to see it happen someday, or do you think it would be too difficult to make work? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, this has been Nick from this. See you later.
Let's see how he likes a Kamehameha!